guys! Happy Festival of the Arts Day! Today is the first day and I am so excited. This is my favorite festival. It's Figment's festival. Today we're going to be trying a bunch of new food. We're going to be doing some fun activities, checking out the Disney on Broadway exhibit and seeing where the Figment-filled day takes us. I'm Brittany and this is Extra Magic Minutes. Our first stop of the day is at Pop Eats. They have a new grilled cheese that I'm so excited to try. The line was so long. There's a lot of people here today, but it did move really fast, so I didn't wait that long for the delicious sandwich. This is the Croque Monsieur-Inspired grilled cheese with Black Forest ham, Gruyere, and bechamel sauce served with tomato soup, and it was $6.79. We are starting off strong because this is absolutely delicious. I love the bechamel sauce on there. It has the perfect flavor. It's like cheesy, salty. It doesn't even have cheese in it, but there's cheese in the sandwich, so it kind of like has a cheesy vibe. I also love how the bread is like crunchy and it has butter on it, which is perfect for a grilled cheese, but it's not hard. So it's like the perfect crunchiness to go with the sandwich. It's not really a traditional croque monsieur, like kind of like the one that they have at Primo Piatto at the Riviera, which is one of our favorites. Usually it has like crunchy cheese on the outside, but I feel like since it's a croque monsieur grilled cheese and it's crunchy from the bread, that I would totally believe it to be a croque monsieur. It has those flavors. But now we have to try it with some soup. Flavor on the soup is always amazing, and I wouldn't really think croque monsieur and tomato together. I've never had them like combined. Really goes well. It adds like a nice sweetness to it, kind of cuts through all the cheese with the acidity from the soup. I also always want to get this soup because of the cute little Figment can. That's a partial motivator for getting things. Anything with Figment on it, I'm like, well, I'll wait in line for that. But this is really good. I think we could both probably eat our own. Yeah, I know a lot of people were upset. Oh, that one's yours? I guess I'll go wait in the line again to get another one. But I know a lot of people were upset that the fried green tomato sandwich is gone and this one replaced it, but I actually like this one better. I felt like that one was a little hard to eat. I do, for some reason, always wear white when we get this tomato soup situation, so I just was like, please don't spill on me. I was walking thinking, oh, someone's gonna bump into me and I'm gonna be like, soup. But that's just to, like, you know. Somehow in my brain I was like, that's definitely what's gonna happen. But this is delicious and I'm taking it back. But they want another bite. There's so much ham too. It was all ham. We also stopped into Swirled Showcase for the liquid nitrogen mini cake pop with cotton candy sponge cake, white chocolate ganache, and colorful chocolate splats. This was $4.79 and it's on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine, so we got our first stamp of the day. And by stamp I mean this beautiful drawing, cake pop, Minnie. Guess they didn't have a stamp yet. I still think it's cute. I just feel bad the cast member has to do this for everybody all day. I'm not usually that big on cake pops, but this is less like a cake pop in that it's like cake leftovers and frosting stuck together, and more like a piece of cake that's dipped in white chocolate. It definitely has like a funfetti kind of flavor. It's supposed to be cotton candy. I get like a tiny bit of fruitiness, but mostly it just tastes like really sugary. But the cake is so soft and moist, I thought it might be a little bit dry, because sometimes that's why I don't really like cake pops, because they're kind of dry. But I don't love white chocolate, so I feel like you have to like white chocolate if you're gonna get this. However, I do love Minnie Mouse, and it kind of matched my outfit, so I felt like I had to get it. I like that the side is pink and blue, two different colors here. It's kind of like for Mickey and for Minnie, or maybe it's just funfetti kind of colors. The only thing is I'm not really sure what the liquid nitrogen part of it is because they already had them pre-made. They're really busy today, so they had like a few that they already had ready. So I didn't see them do the nitro part, and there's nothing that's like frozen on it. So I think maybe for the frosting, but I'm not 100% sure. I was expecting like a frozen element like ice cream or something, and it's really just a cake pop, but it is cute. My cute little Minnie. Next, we're headed to the expressions section of Paint by Numbers mural. I love doing this every year, and I'm hoping I get to pick a fun paint color. The line doesn't actually look super long today, so the food lines are longer than the painting line. So I'm really excited to do this. I don't even know what mural it's gonna be. I can't wait to see. Hello. Good, how are you? Got number 6. Thank you. I didn't get to pick the color, but it is purple, so I'm not upset about it. Painting the mural is always so fun. It's like you're part of a big art project with everybody here. And the art is the same as last year, so I feel like they change them like every maybe like week or so. We've definitely done this one before. It's sort of like almost like a pixelated or like a Minecraft inspired EPCOT. And then they give you a little bookmark so you can see the art that you did. It's like a free souvenir to remember like, oh, I painted that. Especially because you're probably not gonna get to see it finished since it won't be done for a number of days. But yeah, they didn't let you pick your paint color. I used to love picking my paint color, but they gave me a nice purple this year, so I was happy about that. It's sort of just like a luck of the draw now. Whatever paint color they need is the one that you get. The only thing that I don't love about it is I don't really like this location. I feel like it's too much of like a cluster there where there's like 2 booths and there's tables for people to eat, and it's very narrow, so it's hard to like maneuver around and not feel like you're in the way. And I wanted to stop and like look at the bookmark, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in the way of like the line for the booth, the line for the art. It's just, I don't love this spot. I sort of wish it was on the British World Showcase. They could put it right here. Although I love the step-in frames too, but I just think it needs a little bit more space to breathe so you don't feel like so boxed in. Now we gotta get some more food. Maybe some Figment food. I wanted to shout out Annie and Bridget from our Patreon. We always do shout outs for this tier for key lime pie treats, and we finally got a key lime pie treat to try. We are at the Deconstructed dish, and we got the Deconstructed key lime pie. This is key lime curd, key lime gelée, toasted meringue, and graham cracker crumbs with the waffle cone triangles. This is $5.29, and it was on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. Once again, there was no stamp. It was not stamping, so we got the KLP. Key lime pie. It's a very interesting change in this dish. So this isn't like technically new. They did have a deconstructed key lime pie before, but it's a completely different dish, different look. It used to have this like flexible curd and had like a graham cracker cake. Didn't love the graham cracker cake, although I loved everything else about it. But our friend Becky pointed out that it's not as colorful as it used to be. It had like some raspberry jam last time or like some sort of sauce that really brightened up the plate. This kind of looks like an egg in a nest. A little egg. But maybe you're supposed to like dip the cone like it's a nachos or a dip situation. I want to try everything. There's like 2 different, one's curd, one's the gel, a meringue, some graham cracker. Okay. That's tart. That hit me right in like the back where you make that face from tart things. I love key lime curd. Well, this is basically just a plate full of key lime curd. The meringue is good, but it's very sticky. It's not like air dried out like meringue sometimes is, like a crispy meringue. It's more like a light meringue, so it's a little bit hard to eat, more marshmallowy, kind of sticking to everything, including the plate. So it's a little bit of a challenge to get it. Like you can see, it's almost got like a fluff consistency. Not a flavor of fluff, but the texture is fluffy. Now I'm gonna reconstruct. I got a cone piece. I got a bunch of meringue. Got some gelée, which actually looks more like a foam. And some key lime curd. Come off the fork, please. That's a big bite. Uh-oh. I really love this. I feel like it has all the perfect elements. It has a sweetness to it. It has a tartness to it. It has a crunchy element. It has a creamy element. The only thing is, because it's such a large portion, actually, I feel like we need some more of these cone chips so that we have more to scoop up. Because they really add to the dish. Like, I feel like without it, you don't get like that nice crunch, and there's like a vanilla-y flavor to them that's like subtle, that really helps with the tartness and things. So I really love this, but I love key lime pie. I will say though, it's less of a deconstructed key lime pie and more like a reimagined key lime pie, because you can't like super reconstruct it, but that's not really a complaint. That's not really a complaint, it's more of an observation. But I just want to eat more of it. Compared to the previous iteration, I do like this one better. I love how much curd there is. There's a ton of it. It really has a key lime flavor. The other one had that lime gelée. It wasn't like the strongest lime flavor, but that's really like the flavor that stands out, as it should, in a key lime pie. I would definitely get this again. And the husband says it doesn't need raspberry. Key lime pie doesn't have raspberries on it. And you know, he's right. Is that yours? Where'd mine? Next, we're at Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey, and we got the popcorn, chicken and waffles with rainbow popcorn chicken, mini mozzarella, and maple syrup. This was $6.79, and it's on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. And the husband is already eating it, stealing a little piece. The lines have been wild at this festival so far. I know it's the first day, but I think it's the longest we've ever waited in lines. Figment's festival is the most popular festival. This was a really long line because they have like 2 stations where you could order and then 1 place to pick up the food. So it took maybe like 20 minutes to get the food. They were very apologetic, so I'm not upset about it. This is really cute though. It was a wonderful walk stamp. So I got 2 more stamps. We're actually almost done. Wasn't even really planning to do the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine today. And then we just ended up getting items that were on it. So we were like, oh, all right, I guess we're just going to do it. Cool. But I'm not sure how to eat this. It looks really great, but I feel like I have to just take things out of the cone. I can't like just bite into it. I love a bubble. That was my piece. I love a bubble waffle though, and this has a nice crisp on it. That just tastes like waffle. It's good. Hey, are you hungry or something? Or just stealing everything? I got a fork, so. This one is really interesting. The little popcorn chickens are basically just Disney chicken fingers, but popcorn chicken shaped. No problem with that. They also have maple syrup on them, so it's got that chicken and waffles vibe. If you can get some of the waffle with the chicken, it definitely tastes like that because the waffle has a nice vanilla flavor. Popcorn is like caramel corn, so it has like a little bit of a sweet and salty thing going on. I just, you definitely need a fork. I don't think you can just eat it because it doesn't have like a sauce or like wrap around the chicken to hold it together. Not sure if that's what they were going for anyway. That's the one I was eating. Despite all his thievery, he made me a nice chicken and waffle sandwich, so now I can try everything together. I do think like a sauce maybe would be nice, even though I'm not like a super condiment person. It would be nice to like kind of hold everything together. But I really like this innovative idea, and I love that there's like a Figment offering that isn't a dessert, because every year Figment has like 4 or 5 different desserts, and I'm like, well, it's Figment themed, so I have to get it. This one does have maple syrup on it, so it's not like it's not sweet, but it's also savory and it has some protein. So I appreciate that. And I love a little bubble waffle. It's so cute. Oh. We also got the Color Scheme cake. This is a fruit-flavored rainbow-hued cake topped with Skittled Pop Sour Originals and sour freeze-dried candies. This was $5.29 and is also on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. This is sort of reimagined from years past, so it used to be sort of a layer cake that had like different colored layers of cake and then frosting in the middle. It was pretty good. Everyone really liked that one a lot, so I'm interested to see if this one is for better or for worse for the change. They also have a Figment cake that really hard for me not to get. We're gonna have to come back and get it another time. Didn't get it this time because it's not on the wonderful walk, so I got this one since we got a stamp from it. If we weren't doing it, I probably would have got the Figment one because it has cute little wings. And you also might have noticed, by the way, this is unrelated, but I changed my hat. I had on a beanie earlier because it was so cold, but it's getting warmer out, so I switched to my beret. Festival of the Arts, you gotta wear a beret. And we ran into our friends, Theme Park Foodies, and Sam was like, the husband said you had a beret on, why don't you have your beret on? So I was like, I gotta change, so we could get a beret picture together. Anyway, now I'm wearing a beret. And we got a Figment treat to try. This one is not my favorite. I think that it doesn't have a lot of flavor. The cake has like a very slight citrusy flavor. It might be orange or it might be lemon. Frosting tastes like nothing. So it's really a vehicle for a freeze-dried Skittle. And I love a freeze-dried Skittle, so don't get me wrong, that's great. But they don't need a whole cake. I would just eat like a bag's worth and it would probably be the same flavor. I think if you're gonna go for a tie-dye item, you might as well get the tie-dye cheesecake at Pop Century Resort. You're gonna eat this much food coloring. And I think the other cake was actually better because it had frosting between each layer. So even though it didn't have a lot of flavor either, to me, the frosting was like equal to the cake ratio, like it was right. This one doesn't have a ton of frosting either. It doesn't like go very far into the cake. So it's a lot of cake, not a ton of frosting, and maybe like 5 freeze-dried Skittles. So yeah, I don't know, a little bit of a letdown. We're gonna have to try Figment's cake and see what that's like when we come back next. But I do really love this space that we're in. I love everything Figment, obviously. And this whole area is Figment themed. This is also where you pick up the popcorn bucket. And I was thinking I wasn't gonna get it this year because I was like, oh, it's kind of the same as the one I already have that's shaped like Figment. But then I saw it and it's so cute. He has a little paintbrush that lights up and it changes colors. There's plenty of mobile order windows, so I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think on it for the day and see if I decide I do want it. And if there's still mobile order windows available, maybe I'll get him. I don't want to carry him around all day. But anyway, this is where you pick him up. We've been sort of having a couple Figment days. We had something really cool happen yesterday, actually. We got stuck on Figment yesterday, so we came out kind of just like, I like to come out the day before the festival and sort of see like the setup and stuff. I think it's really cool, especially when the weather is nice. We were like, let's just go on Figment because there's no line. And we got stuck inside Figment's house. The part where everything's upside down. We were stuck in there for like 20 minutes and then we got evacuated off the ride and walked off, which was really cool for me. I love being evacuated from rides. I know it's like not great when you're on vacation, but if you go on the rides all the time, I love seeing them with the lights on. It's so cool. Yeah, so that was an amazing Figment experience yesterday. And now we're in Figment's giant Odyssey, eating his delicious little treat. Well, it's not that delicious, but the waffle cone was great. Freeze-dried Skittle. The Broadway exhibit is my favorite use of CommuniCore Hall because I love everything Broadway, and seeing all the costumes up close is so cool because they're made to be seen on stage, so they have so much detail, so many sequins and like shiny things on there. This year, the difference in the exhibit is that they have like a massive Beauty and the Beast section. By massive, I mean like half of CommuniCore Hall is Beauty and the Beast themed because Beauty and the Beast is on tour right now. Fingers crossed forever that they'll bring it back to Broadway. And I think they actually have the tour recording playing because I was like, I don't know any of these versions of these songs. How exciting. They have so many Belle costumes. They had like many gowns, many beautiful Belle gowns. And I was so excited to see them, so much better than the live action movie gown. Everyone will agree with me on this. No one likes that gown. This gown was beautiful. It has like appliques of birds on it, which I love. They also had 2 of Belle's other dresses. Interestingly, the library dress was pink. It's usually green, like in the movie, but it's pink in the show. So I was like, what dress is this? When are you worn? They also had the giant silverware that they use in Be Our Guest, which I had to pose by because I did Beauty and the Beast when I was like in high school, and I remember dancing with a fork. I was in the ensemble. It was so much work. I was like, this is an arm workout and a leg workout. It's so hard. And I'm singing high C's and I have a fork. So anyway, those ones look bigger. I don't think they danced with those ones because they were huge. They're like taller than me. I would not be able to maneuver. And they also have like a big Lion King section where they have Lion King costumes. Oh, I forgot. They have the Enchanted Rose. You can take a picture with the Enchanted Rose, which is really cool. I love like the photo ops. They had some behind the scenes sections too, where you can see like, oh, these are all the wigs and how they plan, or like this is the stage manager calling things and stuff. And I feel like it looks pretty accurate. I stood behind a light booth for a long time hearing cues and stuff, and I felt like you could hear it, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like when they're calling things. And then they have a big section with Lion King as well. So they have some Lion King costumes, Scar and Mufasa's like masks that they wear. They have a little shadow puppet thing, so you can press the button and the puppets come up on screen. That was really cool. And then they have kind of the costumes that they had last year. Some of the Newsies costumes, Mary Poppins is there, the ones from Frozen. This year Sven is there, so that was really cool because I've never actually seen that. I didn't actually see Frozen on Broadway, so I've never seen the Sven. He's pretty big too. He's like the size of a real reindeer. I was like, oh my gosh. You look great. Does someone wear that? Or is he just Sven on stage like a real actual reindeer? Probably. And yeah, I just think it's really great. The only thing is like it's a little bit, the side with all the costumes is like open and airy, but the part with Beauty and the Beast, I feel like they put a lot of stuff in there, so it's like a little bit congested. But again, it's really busy today. There's been lines everywhere, so it might not be like that when you come. And there's maybe less people in there, but there's a lot of people in there today. And there were a lot of people who wanted to see all the Broadway stuff, me included. At Fictional Victuals, which is probably my most anticipated booth. I've been really excited for this one because it is Alice in Wonderland themed this year. I thought it was based off the menu, and I am correct because they have like roses on the booth that are going from white to being like painted red, and then they have like chess pieces and things like that. So I think it's really cool that they did that this year. And when we talked about it in the guide, a lot of us discussed how this dish ties into Alice in Wonderland, so I wanted it even more after we discussed it, and I have to try it. This is Chapter 2, Plate of Impossible Bites. It's roasted turkey breast, onion and bacon custard tart, cherry gel, brown butter toast milk foam, and pineapple toffee butter, and this was $7.49. So it turns out that all of the ingredients for this are in the Drink Me potion from the book that Alice uses to become bigger and smaller. I'm hoping that it doesn't change my size at all because I'm good being the height that I am. I don't want to be a giant woman. I don't want to grow anymore. And I don't want to be tiny either. Also, when we were talking about it, it was like a memory was like unlocked for me, and I was just thinking how when I read the book, how Alice was like, yum, this tastes delicious. It tastes like cherry and turkey in a drink. And I was like, Alice, ew, ew, girl, what? Who wants turkey in a drink? But turkey in a dish looks pretty good to me. So we've got onion cake, turkey, foam, cherry. I don't know where the pineapple, oh, this must be pineapple on the turkey. And this kind of looks like Zwiebelkuchen from Food and Wine, which we were really sad when that left because we loved that, the onion cake that was in Germany. So this has like a Zwiebelkuchen-y vibe, maybe. I don't know how to get a bite of everything. I'm gonna have to just take a little bite and see. Oh, that is not foam anymore. Now, I'm not sure I would want this in a drink form, but it's really delicious in a food form. I like the turkey a lot because it has a nice crispy skin on the outside. I got a lot of really good flavor and some char on it because sometimes turkey is just like Not a lot of flavor, a little bit dry. I wouldn't say this is dry at all, which is hard to do when you're making that much turkey. And there's a good amount of it as well. The outside crust is really nice though. It's like if you fight over the turkey skin at Thanksgiving, you don't have to fight, you got some here. Also, I love the cherry gel. It adds like a nice tartness, which is great because a lot of the other things on here are rich. This onion cake is really good. It doesn't really taste like the Zwiebelkuchen. It's definitely more like onion leek, kind of like almost like that vichyssoise soup, but it's a tart, and the crust is really flaky. I think it could be a little bit crunchier, but it's still pretty good, and there's a lot of onions in there. And then the foam. The foam did unfoam pretty quickly, but they did spray it like immediately when they gave me the dish, like it was very fresh. But it did something that I didn't expect. It like turned into a solid. I don't know what I thought it would do. I thought it might just like turn into like a liquid or like a soup. Instead, it's like kind of like almost like frosting. The flavor though is amazing. It really does taste like brown butter. It has a good amount of salt in there, which is nice because otherwise it might be like too sweet for like a savory dish. The husband said that if he had to, the table. Tables are always so wobbly. The husband says if he had his mouth wired shut or he could only have liquids, this all together would be delicious. He's jealous of Alice's diet. I'm glad it didn't make me grow bigger or smaller.
Attack of the 50-foot woman!
But yeah, I think it's definitely living up to the expectation and the hype. So I really love it. There's also bacon in this, so you can't go wrong. I didn't realize there was bacon in there until I took a second bite. There's bacon. It's a crispy piece right there. Ooh. We also got Chapter 3, the tea treat. This is Twinings Earl Grey Chocolate Pot de Creme, Lemon Madeleine, Red Rose and Raspberry Jam, and a tea biscuit crumble, and it was $5.99. This is so pretty. I don't really want to break it. Just gonna go clean cup, move down. This booth is so fancy because there's so many components. This is sort of an interesting flavor because I don't think tea is like a strong flavor, so I don't get a lot of Earl Grey. I mostly get the chocolate, and the chocolate has to be pretty sturdy to be able to do like this optical illusion half a cup situation, but the chocolate is tempered beautifully. Has a really nice snap on it, dark chocolate, so I love that. Goes great with the tea, and the texture of the mousse is perfect. I don't think the tea flavor is super strong, but I want to try some of the other little components too. Right. Got some crunchies and some gel. Ooh, the rose flavor is so good. I don't usually love rose things because like floral flavors, sort of on the fence about. I don't like lavender, but rose, when used correctly, is great. And this is the perfect amount of rose. Not overwhelming, but you know that it's still there. Tastes like raspberry. And then the crunchies kind of taste like, if you ever had a jammy Dodger, it tastes like the cookie part of it, crumbled up. I don't know if that's what it is, but very British. Now we have a little Madeleine. It's a great texture on the Madeleine. Very like almondy, light, not like grainy at all. That's really good. Perfectly made, the right shape, and it's so cute and small. It's teeny tiny. I want to try some with this mousse. And a kind of like deconstructed dish over here. Build my own little situation. Those are great together. It's like tea and a little biscuit. Delicious. I love this booth. I think they did a great job. I also heard the oysters were amazing. I just don't like oysters, so I couldn't eat them, but everyone said they were so good. So if you're coming, I definitely wouldn't miss Fictional Victuals. I think they did a really great job. The presentation is very artful, beautiful dishes, very like fancy culinary, and the flavors live up to the hype. My favorite booth so far. And I love Wonderland. Anything Alice in Wonderland. See you there. This is the Sparkling Spectacle Gâteau. It's vanilla bean mousse with a golden caramel center and apricot jam on a hazelnut cookie. This was $5.99, and this was the last stamp on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. The reason I really wanted to try this one is because from the picture, I just really want to know what the inside looks like. So I grabbed a knife so that I could cut it in half. Because I feel like it's going to be fun on the inside. It's not just going to be white. It's got to be like, festival! Ooh. Oh, it's goopy. Look how jiggly it is. Too busy eating to review. This is amazing. It's so unassuming. I feel like people aren't gonna get it because they're just like, oh, it's just like a white little like mousse thing. And despite the jiggliness and the table jiggling, it's not too gelatinous at all. The texture is perfect. If you love vanilla bean, you're gonna like this a lot because it has such a strong vanilla flavor. And then it was very dramatic when you cut it in half. It was like caramel. The flavor of that is also really great. Not too sweet because it's sort of like smoky. It's definitely salted. The hazelnut on the bottom is also really amazing. It's the perfect thickness because if it was too thick, it would be hard to get through. But because it's like pretty thin and crispy, it adds a little texture to this. You know what? We thought the key lime dessert was going to be like the best dessert of the day, but this one actually might win out. It's so good. I love it. And you would never know. The stamps today were entertaining to me. Some were just like X. Some tried to draw a Mickey. One of the cast members said their Mickeys are becoming more like bears because they keep drawing so many of them. But anyway, we completed the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine. Usually you'll get a stamp. Maybe you'll get a little drawing, I guess. And this year the prize is a Figment Rice Krispie treat. It says it's a fruity crisp rice cereal treat. And it looks like it has maybe fruity pebbles in there, and then it has this white chocolate and a Figment. Yeah, that's a little bit more you than me anyway. But I love that it's packaged so I don't have to eat it right now because I've had a lot of dessert today and don't really need to eat a Rice Krispie treat at this moment. And I love that it has Figment on it. Anything Figment, can't go wrong. If you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure you hit that like button. It helps support the channel and it really means a lot to us. I also wanted to shout out all of our Patreon members. We do exclusive videos over on Patreon, so there'll be a link in the description below and up on the screen if you want to check that out. And I wanted to thank Becky for the Figment gift cards today. They paid for all of our snacks, so we really appreciate that. And they have Figment on them. They're so adorable. Had it on my wrist all day. He's so cute. It was so nice to meet so many of you today. We love coming to the first day of the festival because there's always a lot of people here, and we love when you come up and say hi to us. I also really love like putting the face to the name, like if we talk in the comments and I finally get to see you, or if we saw each other a while ago and we get to see each other again. That's always so nice. We ate a lot of delicious food today. We were just talking about our favorites. So we really loved the Deconstructed key lime pie. We also loved the Croque Monsieur grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I thought maybe that was my favorite because I haven't had like real bread in a while. I don't eat like a lot of gluten, so I was like, bread, it's so good. And then we also really loved the sparkling Gâteau from Deco Delights. So it was like a sleeper hit, a surprise how much we loved that one. So those will be our top 3 of all the things we ate today. We are coming back out to the festival next week because even though this is the shortest festival, there's so much to do. There's so many more activities that we didn't do, and we didn't even go into World Showcase. We just did the front of the park. So we're gonna come back out and do all the World Showcase, some more activities and fun things, check out some art, and just have another festival day. So thanks so much for coming with us on this one, and we will see you on the next one.